Let me start our recording. Hi, everyone. My name is Leslie Jackson, the Regional Tech Trainer for KW Colorado. Today, we're going to discuss smart plans and really how to use them in such a way that you're really saving time and effort and you're delivering that nice touch for your people. So, we're going to master your database by unlocking the power of smart plans. And what I like to do is just talk about, you know, what what it is that smart plans can do for us. But today you'll learn how to organize and segment your database for maximum efficiency. I'm going to give you step-by-step strategies to create and implement smart plans that nurture your leads and convert clients because that's what we're really trying to achieve. We're really trying to achieve conversion. And smart plans are such a great tool so that we're staying top of mind and eventually moving to first of mind so that when people see this, they think of us at that very moment, first of mind, that they need to come and hire us and or reach out to us, right? Because they might be having a life-changing event. That's essentially what we're doing with smart plans is that we're nurturing and we're staying we're building that top of mind all the way to first of mind so that there's nobody else that they will call except for us. And in the in between, we're nurturing relationships because that's where the magic happens. Nurturing the relationships in such a way that they like us, trust us, and they get to know us, of course. All right. I'm going to kind of skim through this because the class topic is fully related, and yet I want to ensure that you're walking away with the how-tos and workshop this with you. So, like Daniel had mentioned, he wanted to learn a little bit more about the editor and how he can make his emails prettier. And I know, Leslie, you mentioned, hey, I have a crew here that just needs to know like how to adhere a 36 touch and what that truly looks like. Um, I also like to start it off with what is your database worth? Because when we don't really have an incentive, sometimes it's hard to get into action. And so I take that simple math equation of if you have 201 METs in your database, then you should be walking away with over 100,000 to 125,000 in GCI. And I place that range out there just because things shift in the market, interest rates shift, and what we're trying to achieve is to receive a past client and a referral out of our people that know us, like us, trust us already. Okay. We're going to talk a little bit about database management because I believe that really falls in alignment with how to place smart plans on, tagging and segmenting to make it easier, and we'll talk about strategies and which smart plans to use, and of course, all in all, building good habits. So 201 METs, like I mentioned, I like to give a range of 100 to 125,000 in GCI, especially here in Colorado. I mean, our price points are going up, and although some are dropping, like still, like where we were 2 or 3 years ago, our price points are really a lot higher than usual. So ask yourself these 4 questions when you think about your database. Who are they? What do they want or need? Why do they want or need it to do it? And how do they plan to do it? And the reason why I have these questions here, and if you want to take a screenshot or just write them down, is because we're not just putting smart plans blindly on our people. We have to know what they want. We need to know who they are and what do they want or need because we're all so different, right? I could be in a season of life where I'm ready to buy a second home where I want some residual income to be flowing in and make that an Airbnb, right? Maybe I am a first time home buyer and I'm having my third baby and I am running out of room. So it's, by the way, not me. um, you have to go through those thought processes so that we're not just blindly placing on templated messages that don't feel personal. All right. So the biggest thing I like to start here is database management. In order to know who they are, we must tag and segment them with ease. Are they a past client? Are they friends and family? Are they a brand new contact? Um, where do they live? How do I know them? Were they referred by me? And if you've been in this industry for a while, you always want to look at your past deals and ask yourself, where did I get them from? Because this is going to also land us in such a way to know which smart plans to place them on. And we're going to give them an auto text, an auto email. We're going to talk about deployment. We'll talk about triggers a little bit here today, just depending on time. And then where you can really create and build good habits by paying attention to your notification center. All right. So, investigating and contemplating. The biggest thing too is that when we start placing smart plans on, it's giving us data back. So that's another like really awesome thing about Command is that the more data that we give it, the more data it will give back to us so that we know exactly what's occurring. It'll let us know when somebody's looking at homes. It'll let us know when somebody's text messaging or emailing us back. It'll give us that insight of how often they're looking. Now we have artificial intelligence built in called Quick that will give us a summary of 5 data points based on how active or most active that they are. And that's called Quick. And in order to get those 5 data points, you guys, you have to have some smart plans on them. So the more smart plans, the better. And I'll give you my simple equation here soon. We'll talk about most active, and then we inspect what you expect. I think the biggest habit after placing smart plans on is inspecting what you expect. Go back in to see if they opened your email. Go back in to see if they received your monthly neighborhood nurture. Go back in and see what houses they're looking at. You follow what I'm saying? Yes, it's so important because that's where the magic happens. So, we want to increase the quality of touches. I like to stop here. I like to start here, and that is focusing on your top 20%. Because when you have a database that is large and you think, okay, I have lots of cold leads, I have people I may not know in there, I have people that I do know in there, I say start with the people that you do know and then work your way out to the people that you don't. Because time is of the essence, we want to ensure those smart plans are on. And we want to create a scalable communication plan. And conversations are key. So, in these automated touches, as far as smart plans go, we want to ensure that those notifications are reminding us to pick up the phone. They're sending out that auto text to saying happy birthday. Like, those are meaningful and it'll touch somebody in such a way that they're like, oh my gosh, they thought about me, right? So here's a few things to think about when I think about smart plans. And I like to bring this into any smart plan class because it's super important to kind of keep the end in mind, right? Like, obviously, we're doing this in order to grow our database and to grow our conversion rate. And yet, I'll give you some things to think about. If you have just 20 touches to your core group, let's say just 20 touches to your core group, that's it. No phone calls, nothing really else there, you should get a like 2 to 5% conversion. When you have automatic touches and consistent phone calls, you should get about 5 to 10% conversion from your core group with 35 touches. So 35 touches, you see how that increases that? Now, the Cadillac of all Cadillacs is 40 to 44 touches a year. And that's going to include automatic touches, consistent phone calls. That's a very specific word there. Consistent. I like to say, and I'm just going to pause here for a second. Consistent activities will get you consistent results. Inconsistent activities will equal inconsistent results. Okay? So, consistent phone calls plus events. So, as you can see, when we add those events in, it's just the power of being face to face. You know, it's just We're humans. We need to be face to face. It's totally different just between us right now because we're virtual. It would be probably a little bit different if I was there standing in your room, right? Okay. Any questions about this? Cool. I'm going to skim through the rest. Now we're going to get into the nitty gritty. I'm going to give you how to find these smart plans, how to place them on. We'll talk about tagging and segmenting. And then, of course, we're going to keep Daniel in mind in the email editor and how to send out a smart plan. And I'll use that as a demonstration. So we could create our own follow up plan. We can use a Keller Williams library. We could search thousands of smart plans that suit your needs. There's follow-up plans that convert that will send you out those auto texts and auto emails. And then, of course, tasks and reminders for you. When I think about smart plans, you guys, I think about workflows, right? We're not only touching our people, but we're reminding ourselves to pick up the phone, to pay attention and call them to say happy birthday or happy home anniversary. All right. And I'm going to show you where to find the KW10 smart plans. And I believe that's where I'll stop my share and we'll dive into command. Anything before I begin the how-to and workshop this with you guys? Any kind of like ahas that you're taking away from just that simple slide deck?
I did the quick math on my database, and I'm probably missing 20 deals a year from some from lack of consistency, which is a
Yeah,
lot of money.
that is a lot of money because what would that equate to in GCI?
Probably 200,000 plus dollars.
200,000. Oh, yes, let's do this. Okay, who else? Did anybody else do some math on their database and be like, oh man, I gotta increase my smart plan game? Anybody else? Okay. And I know we have a market center here that's on mute, so I'm sure you guys are all thinking, no worries. All right, so I'm gonna dive in, grab my screen here, and we'll talk about smart plans. Give me one second.
I'm gonna jump off. I'm gonna join back in when I'm back in my office.
Okay, that sounds good. Thanks, Daniel. All right. So with all that being said, the equations that I said to keep in mind, now we get to talk about just how to tag and segment our database. I think that's simple, a simple place to start because again, we need to know who our people are. Sorry, one second. Let me make sure that I have my fake people up so that YouTube knows that they're fake people. And then I'll walk you through how to tag and segment.
Leslie,
Hi.
hi. This is Anna. I just wonder, I missed the first 7
Uh-huh.
minutes of the call, so my apologies. But do you want us to kind of get on command to kind of see
Yeah.
along with you? Is that what you want us to do, or
Yeah, I
just
think, yeah, absolutely. Get into command
okay?
and we'll go from there because I'm going to walk you through. I want you to be able to kind of workshop with me as I do this so
Mm-hmm. Okay.
that you are being super on purpose with your time. So give me one
Okay. Thank
second,
you.
guys. Sorry about that. Yep, no worries. Okay, I have so many smart views. So one second, couple seconds. As I'm pulling up my smart view of my fake contacts, what I'd like for you to do is look at your contacts right now and just see how many of them are not tagged. Okay. How many of them are not tagged? And you could go down below and see the amount of people that you have pulled up. And now that I have my screen ready, I'm going to share it back. Oops. That one. Okay. So down below, you'll see the number of pages that you have in your database, as well as showing one of six. Right now I have six contacts on my screen. You can select one out of 500 so that you could see how many contacts you have. Another great way to think about it too is like scrolling to see how many contacts do not have tags is essential just because it will help give you a clear path on who you need to be tagging in such a way that you can then place smart plans on them. All right. So,
I have
does
a
anybody?
question.
Yeah.
Sorry, do you
Ask.
want us to like raise our hand online? What is the best way?
Oh, unmuting yourself is totally fine. And
Okay,
what's your first name?
Anna. It says talk
Anna.
to Risi on the screen.
Hi, Anna.
Anna, hi. So when you say not tagged, is like on the left hand side when you have the contact, or like what is it? The tagging.
Yes. So
Okay.
tagging is here.
Okay.
Okay. So when I select a contact,
Mm-hmm.
it will give me how I've tagged them. So you'll see open house, evergreen, fake contact. If I
Okay.
select the edit button, it will come through and I can start pulling all the tags that I already have in, or I can create a new tag by typing in the tag that I would like to name this contact. So let's just use past client for example. So I'll type in past client. I'll say create as new. I could pick a color and then say create tag and then select save. So now
Okay.
I have open house, evergreen, fake contact, and past client. When I head back to contacts, you'll see all those tags on those people. And I could
Mm-hmm.
use this column to open up the tags so I could see all the tags on everyone. As you hover your cursor, you'll see those two arrows. That's where you can pull and make columns bigger or smaller.
Okay. Perfect.
Okay,
Thank
great.
you.
Uh-huh. So first things first, tag your people. And because we're in a workshop sort of environment, what I would highly suggest is also take notes of how many people you need to tag and come back because I'm going to talk about smart plans now. So, by the way, when you select full name here, it will save you loads of time because you can bulk tag by selecting the full name. It'll select everyone in the view. Down below in the right-hand corner of my screen, you'll see add tag. If I select that, then I could simply search the tag that I would like to add. For anybody that's seasoned here, what I also like to point out too is a more options section in the lower right-hand corner of my screen. And you can say remove tags. Because what I found is some agents have so many tags, they got like tag happy that like their tagging system just doesn't make sense. So you can remove tags by bulk by really cleaning up your database and doing it that way as well. As you can see, every tag will say, I have 2 contacts with this tag, 6 contacts on that tag, and so on and so forth. So you get to decide how many tags you would like to remove. Okay, so KW Red logo in the upper left-hand corner of the screen, when you select that square, it will actually pop out all the things that command can do. So let's head to Smart Plans. All right, and now that we're here in the Smart Plan area, what you'll see on my screen is going to be completely different than your screen. And that's because I have my own Smart Plans in my command, and you have your own smart plans in your command, and we can customize smart plans as much as we can, which I love. Upper part of my screen where it says library, I'm going to select that. And like I had discussed in my slide deck, we're going to discuss the top 10 smart plans that you can place on your people starting today. And I believe these smart plans that we'll go through are going to really include almost everybody in your database except for a few. All right. So as you can see, there's featured at the top. You could also search by smart plan name, author, or description. You can also filter search by more specifics of how often you want that smart plan to run. Maybe it's the author name. Maybe it's however many touches you would like, downloads, and star ratings. Now I want to talk about the few things that you'll see on my screen. You'll see featured smart plans. You'll see Keller Williams smart plans. You'll see top rated and what's new. Think of this as our culture built inside our technology. We're always providing recipes to win And a lot of agents are publishing their own specific smart plans that are helping them win within their database. That's why this smart plan library is so rich, full of value. Now, because we're wanting to really start with the foundations, I always like to start here. Keller Williams, where it says 10. Far right hand side of my screen, you'll see all. You're going to select that, and it's going to pop out all those 10 smart plans. What I like to do is to talk you through and walk you through smart plans that you could start with today and then build upon. So when you think of your database and you think about the who, what kind of conversations that you're going to have with them, what do they need, and how do they need to do it? I'm a buyer and I need to buy a home and I need to buy it in this specific area, as an example. I'm a seller. I need to sell my home and I need to sell in this time frame, in this location is where I want to buy. And here's my criteria, etc. Right? Like those are just the simple examples. Now, I will tell you that there are 2 smart plans in this library that are liquid gold. Liquid gold. And that is the biweekly neighborhood nurture and the monthly neighborhood nurture. These 2 smart plans should be on everyone. Now, when I say everyone, I say for anybody that hasn't raised their hand that says I'm ready to buy or sell, use a monthly neighborhood nurture on all of your people, okay? Now, if I know you and I know everyone and what type of databases are out there, I would say you're a unicorn if you have everybody's home address. Okay? Let's just put it out there. You're a unicorn if you have everybody's home address. That's pretty amazing. If you're that person that's like, man, I don't have a lot of home addresses, so therefore I really don't know how to give them the information on a monthly neighborhood nurture, don't worry, there's a hack for it. I'll teach you how to do that. As long as they have an email, smart plans will work. And as long as they have a primary home location or area that you think that they live in, you could place them there and the smart plan will still run and provide value. Okay. So out of your entire database, you should really download all of these. The biweekly neighborhood nurture, 8x8 new contact, quarterly call plan, midterm nurture, long-term nurture, promote my app. This is amazing. Home anniversary, talk to your past clients and wish them well on the last time that you were at the closing table with them. Open house follow-up, monthly neighborhood nurture, and birthday. So you'll see in every smart plan how many touches there are. We talked about 40 to 44. Yeah, 50% addresses. Yeah. Don't let that stop you though, right? So I love that you're sharing that. Every time I learn something in command, it's an aha. Thanks, John. Amazing. Yay. Okay. So as I said, 40 to 44 touches is really the Cadillac of all Cadillacs when we think about a touch plan. That also includes events. So when you're doing your business planning, which we already did here in Colorado, think about if you have events on your calendar next year, because you should. Okay. So you're going to add those touches up. 4 touches here, 1 touch there, 8 touches here. Do you see how this all can add up? Now, it doesn't say 4 touches for a quarterly plan. It says 1, but you're going to add that up to be 4. Make sense? The monthly neighborhood nurture is 1 touch a month, but that's going to be 12 touches a year, right? Cool. So you're going to get your calculator out and you're going to start adding these touches up with the basic foundational stuff here. Once you've done that and you look back at your database, who are they? What do they need? How do they need to do it? And you'll filter search through your tags and place the smart plans that make sense to that person. The 8x8 new contact is amazing because it reminds you to pick up the phone. It will send out some auto text messages. How do I know all this? Well, I'm going to teach you that when you click on view steps on every smart plan, it will break down what it will actually say. if there's a task, if there's a call, if there's a text. I love the 8x8 because it will automatically add them to a monthly neighborhood nurture. Cool. So what you'll do is view the steps, make sure you like them, and then you'll say add smart plan. Once you've done that, you'll click download. Every time you download a smart plan, it will go to your library. Okay. Any questions here in this demonstration before I continue?
Yes, hi, it's me again.
Hi, Anna. Hi.
So I'm doing with you. I just keep trying to add the smart plan,
Yeah,
the monthly neighborhood nurture
great.
touch, and it's just not letting me. Just give me the little circle with.
Yeah, that's because you already have it.
Oh, is that all?
Yep.
Okay?
So
Okay,
you're
because
gonna
it
go
was.
back. Yep. That's because you already have it. So you're gonna select My Smart Plans, and
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna go through your Smart Plan library and see that you already have it. You could search it by name. So let's pretend like, hey, I just tried to download the monthly neighborhood nurture. That's because I already have it here.
Oh, okay. So okay. So I have to kind of type in. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thanks.
thanks for bringing that up because I'm sure everybody can learn from that. All right. Now, let's just talk about the simplicity of you've already had excuse me, hold on. I have to stop my share and grab that fake contacts list again. I need to make that my default, so give me 1 second. Okay. So now what you'll do now is select the people that you want to add the smart plan with. Oh, wait, hold on. Leslie, hold on. We missed the most important part. We're going to head back to smart plans. Now, the most important part is you're always going to go in and edit that smart plan if it's editable and ensure that it has your name, your contact information. It sounds like you. Again, we want to give our people those touches that feel personable. We are not putting just canned smart plans on them, right? So let's go to 8x8. Actually, let's do happy birthday. That's always a fun topic. Okay. So my birthday smart plan, over here on the far right hand of the side of the screen, you'll select the pencil, which will always allow you to edit it. And it brings you inside the smart plan itself. Okay. So day one, you'll see there's a birthday card. You're going to select show. You could also select on it and it says send a handwritten note for their birthday this week as part of their birthday plan. Now, for birthdays, you have to have their birthday inside the contact record in order for this to work. Just a side note. So go to Facebook, do some stalking. Everybody has their birthday on Facebook. Yes, Daniel.
I utilize this one. But I'm also curious, is there a way for other things like anniversaries
Yes.
and or home anniversaries to force smart plans to recognize that field, even if it's a custom field, to prompt you?
Like prompt you to put the home anniversary in.
Yes, I mean send a text, send a card. Because ideally, I would get a notification a week before their anniversary, so I get a card in the mail. But can I? Is there any way and this one works, but like to get a card, to get a notification a week in advance of a specific date and a
Yes.
contact?
I mean, if anything, you could build out, you could put in another step, essentially. Let's see. Um, thinking. You got my brain, my wheels thinking on
Yeah,
this.
no worries if you can't. This one works, but I
Yeah.
think that this one is a special field that KW has created, the
Yeah,
birthday field,
it
and
is.
therefore it works. But there isn't like a home anniversary field that has a similar smart plan, or I don't think even an anniversary one for the people that I have their anniversaries, which is a very small, like maybe 5% or 10% of my database do I have anniversaries and home anniversaries saved for. But I've thought about that. There's not a I just Google
Yeah.
Calendars is my hack right now because Google Calendars tells me, but that there's no smart plan for that.
Well, so there is a home anniversary smart plan, and it does pull the date of the home anniversary inside the contact record.
I'll have to check
So
that out.
yeah, it does work the same as a birthday smart plan. Yes, go check that out. Okay. All right. So when you click on each day, you'll say show. And in order to edit, you'll click on the pencil in the upper right hand corner of the screen to edit the field that you may or may not want. I want to simply give you what these things are called, and these are called merge tags. So contact first name, contact last name, contact first name, contact last name, contact phone number. What we're doing is when we place a smart plan on somebody, command will merge that information into that field. So when I bulk select like 10 people at a time, it's going to merge all that information in, and these tasks are going to be popping up at the time of when it's supposed to be for their birthday. Remind me to send a card, and it'll say for specifically who. So, birthday call for Daniel Patron, birthday call for Anna. And in that reminder, you have to pay attention to your KW Command mobile app. You have to pay attention to your notifications. Remember, in my slide deck, we are building good habits. Because I think the biggest thing is like we could put smart plans on all of our people all the time. But if we're just like breezing through the day and like not paying attention to those notifications, we are missing out on calling our people. Because some of these things are tasks that related to us to just pick up the phone. Cool. So pretty straightforward. If you want to change any of these merge tags, you're just going to place your cursor, backspace delete, and then say add merge tag for contact birthday. Okay, or something else. And you'll say save changes. All right. Now notice that I cannot take this action on a KW command manage plan, meaning some of these Keller Williams 10 plans that I have provided to you to download first are not all editable, meaning or customizable, so I can't just add more to it. But what I could do is duplicate it and then customize my own. Okay, so we'll say save plan. And once you go through every smart plan and edit, make changes, then you're gonna also, what I like to say, if you're like that type of person that feels like, oh, I'm so nervous about sending this out, go put yourself in command as a contact and test it on yourself. Test a monthly neighborhood nurture on yourself. Test a a smart plan on yourself, and so on and so forth. Okay. So those are the basics of learning where to start in the smart plan library, using the 10 smart plans, how to edit and change before you place the smart plan on. Now let's go talk about your contacts in the smart plan area. I don't think I saved that as a default smart view like I said I was going to. So 1 second. And we'll talk about what I'm doing here too. Any questions before I continue? And you could just come off mute. Okay,
Hi.
Anna. Hi.
Aren't you glad I'm here?
I'm so
Um,
glad you're here.
so, no, because I've been trying to work a lot with command, but I've just been adding a lot of tasks and my
Yeah.
contacts, and that's what I've been doing lately. But just now, I don't know, maybe it's easier for me to talk to you afterwards because when
Yeah,
I,
that's fine.
because you just told me, like, okay, you can just add, it's already added. That's why it's showing me that little symbol, but it
Yeah.
doesn't give me the screen that you're showing me. For instance, if I go to, I'm just going to go real quick.
Yeah,
And
and I think yeah, we could probably take this offline.
okay, okay,
Reach out to me at Leslie Jackson, Lesley Jackson at kw.com.
okay,
Cool. And then also this is being recorded, so we can go
okay,
back And you could rewind if that makes sense, if that helps.
Right.
Cool. All right. So I'm going to select all, and then we're going to say add to smart plan. And this is where you really can, have kind of a self-paced rewind, let's pause sort of thing. But this is where you can also save time. So in my, title of my course is really saving time. The time that you put in is the time that you will save back, because when you tag everyone, know everyone, you can then bulk select people at a time and place smart plans on everyone based on who they are. And that's basically what you'll do is you'll type in the smart plan name. And just to kind of give you some insight, all the smart plans that are coming up on my screen are going to be similar or different. This one could be similar just because a monthly neighborhood nurture you might already have, and yet this is pulling from my smart plan library, not the library that Keller Williams has. Okay, so this is only your smart plans that you're pulling up. You'll select one. It'll say you have 4 contacts with errors. Do you want to remove them or add to plan anyway? I'm going to say add to plan anyway because they have emails, and I don't necessarily need a phone number for a monthly neighborhood nurture. I'm going to say start on a specific date or start now. And or I could stagger them apart a few days at a time. The staggering use case would be good if you have a big database and you don't want the system to, or any of the email providers to shut you down. It's just kind of a slow trickle of mass emailing rather than doing it all at once, because some email providers will just eventually start blocking you.
Also, I'd like to say that depending on what that email is, and
Correct.
it's if there's a call to action to it, and you put out something else saying, "Hey, free CMA," and you get 90 requests all at the same time, it's overwhelming. So it's good to stagger them so
That
you get those
too.
responses staggered, so you can
Yeah.
take care of the people appropriately.
100%, like, pie giveaway. What's your favorite flavor? Whoa, that's a lot of people responding. So yeah, um, keep that in mind. And of course, the TCPA is always here to remind you to do it wisely, especially with text messaging and calling. Always go back to that TCPA resource and ensure that you look at your list and you go through the do not call list. Okay. All right. So, um, let's talk about sending an email. One of my favorite things that I love to do is to send one-off emails through SmartPlans, and this is where I'm going to tie in designs. I actually continue to still use designs because I get to create images in Canva, and because you have a Canva account, you could pull those images like I just did into an email design and still make it look amazing. And I'll just give you one example. This is an example of a happy holiday email that I created. And I pulled this from the design library, and I pulled actually pulled this template from Canva. So inside Canva enterprise account, you have access to a ton of templates. And if you are brand new to the enterprise account, you're going to go back and watch my Canva enterprise account on the YouTube channel to see how you get connected. So there it is, happy holidays. I found this one inside the branded KW side. So I went to brand, and then I basically just chose all brand templates, and then I chose a template and just turned it into a holiday image. It actually was nothing related to holidays. Like, it was actually a just listed template, believe it or not. So I'm going to arrow back and just show you that I created this template in Canva from one of the brand templates. And I just reworded, instead of just listed, I made that happy holidays. I placed from my family to yours down below. And then the stock image was found in Elements on the left-hand side of the screen. And if you scroll down, you'll see photos here. So I selected photos, and then I just typed in what I was looking for. I was actually just looking for something holiday themed. So I just typed in holidays, and then there's all these different types of holiday images. I scrolled through here, there it is. And I just dragged and dropped it over. Boom, done. That's how simple and easy it is to create an image for an email. So upper right-hand corner of the screen, I went to share. I selected download. I downloaded it as a PNG, okay? Took it to my desktop. I headed back to command. I went to the design library. I selected create design. From there, I selected email. Then I selected next. And as you can see in this screen, it gives you a few different options of email templates. Honestly, it doesn't matter which one you choose because you can customize it just like you can customize a smart plan. So I selected this one, Happy New Year. It just so happens that it has something to do with a holiday. I selected this image. Right-hand side of the screen, I selected replace. I uploaded that image from my computer. I selected replace again. There it is. So I created that image in Canva. I downloaded it as a PNG. I came into the email designer. I pulled a template and I pulled that image in from Canva, and look at how great it looks. Quick tip, always just title your emails, because when you go back in and you start doing this with Smart Plans, you'll see which email design it is and what was titled so that you could pull it into the Smart Plan easier, okay? Down below, it's pretty simple. I have my, copy of, Happy Holidays. This was more related to the new year. I just went into ChatGPT, adjusted it to the holidays to encompass everybody that celebrates different holidays and not to single out anybody that just celebrates Christmas or the new year, right? So maybe there's people that celebrate Hanukkah or whatever. So use ChatGPT to clean up your copy, click save and close. You're going to head back to Smart Plans. Then you're going to select create. I'll title the name holiday email for all. I'll say create plan. Then I'm going to head over and I'm going to drag and drop send email to day one. Right hand side of the screen, you'll see email details. Now it says email content. I can just send a simple email without a beautiful pic like I just created. Or I could go into my design library after that I created that email design and add it here. So I'm going to select add design. There it is, Happy New Year. I'm actually going to use this one because this is the one that I actually updated. It actually brings me back into the design editor, which means I could come back in and make any changes I want prior to setting the smart plan out. Then I'll go up to options and send test email. Do that, because then you get to receive it, view it as a consumer. You don't actually have to go and place a smart plan on yourself if you want to see it. You can also preview it. So it pulls in all of your information. This will always stay the same because we're not merging anybody's information in right now. We're just previewing how it would look as it would be received. Looks good. I'm going to say save. Save and close. Now I'm going to head back to my contacts. Oh, by the way, very important step, lower right hand corner of the screen, you'll select add step. Oh, subject line, holiday. If you add emojis, it will help increase your open rate, by the way, in your subject line. Click Save Plan. That's it. It's just one-off email. Now I'm going to head to my contacts. And I'm going to stop my share because I have yet to save that as my default view. Anybody have any questions so far? Has this been helpful? Okay, good. Good. I know there's a lot of steps, but don't worry. You can go back and rewatch this, rewind it, hit pause. Everybody needs a happy holiday email. I'm going to bulk select it. I've added it into my smart plan. I've created a custom smart plan to do so. Lower right hand corner, I'll select add to smart plan. There it is. Holiday email for all. I'll select and then add to plan and then send it out. Heck, I can even send it out in December. Maybe I'm not ready to send out this holiday smart plan. We just got ahead of our schedule. Now we're sitting and enjoying eggnog at our holiday family outing while this is being deployed December 25th. So yeah, you could schedule this out December 25th. You could schedule this out whenever that holiday is for you.
Hi.
Hi.
If you could, if you were just gonna do the one email, you could also, if you had to go into a certain tag or to the whole database, you could also select all those people and do something similar in a compose email screen. Is that
Yes,
true? Yep.
correct. Down below. So you're going
Yep.
to say send email,
Yep. And you're gonna import the design.
and then you'll say import the design. So it says add design here,
Right.
and then you'll select it, select design,
And then
enter.
you blast it out.
Correct. Yep.
Okay. But
And
there's
you,
no ability to schedule from in here. So if the purpose is to schedule something, then a one-off email in the smart plans makes sense. But if you're just trying to
that's
blast
right.
off an email, you can also do it here.
Yep, that's right.
Cool.
Yep. Cool. And just a shout out too, it says that everybody's going to be receiving it too in the two area. This is all BC seed. BC seed.
Yeah. BCC. Got it.
Oh,
Good. That's good to know.
yep. So it's not actually going to like bulk select the group and everybody's going to see each other.
Mhm.
They really just need to change this BCC. But you can delete people. And there you go.
Cool.
Cool. All right, you guys. That was a very full class. I hope you guys learned a lot. And I will be placing this up on the YouTube channel. Reach out to me individually if you need me. And thank you so much for your time. Thank you. Thanks, everyone. Have a great day. We'll talk soon.
You too. Thank you.
All right. Bye.